Going live. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. We'll take a few minutes and let people pop on. Say hi when you get on here. If you're watching this on a replay, put in the comments hashtag replay so I know you saw it. Get all of my systems going here. There we go. Hi, Jenny. I'm still fighting a little bit of whatever I had going on last week, so I'm hoping everybody can hear me okay. Debbie, Barbara, Tammy, Julie, Nicole, E. Oh, I love it. We got a whole bunch of you on here. In case I don't mention it later, I can, I have a note to mention it later too, but they're like the last couple Mondays at the end of this month and the first Monday of next month, I will be out of town. One, I'll be in Chicago. The other two, I'll be in Florida, so I may or may not be able to do lives. We'll see. Jean, Mary, Kathy, Angie, Joyce. I love it that you guys are all on here. Julie, Stacy, Shar, Lisa, Holly. Awesome. My mama. Hi, Mom. Tell Dad I said hi too if he's there. Marcina. Okay, I'll try not to let the cough drop in my mouth get in the way of too much. But I'll go ahead and get started because it's after 7. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is March 7th. Happy March. Every Monday, most Mondays at 7 o'clock, right here on Facebook, I go live and chat about all kinds of stuff. If you're new, put it on your calendar. Join me. My name is Kristen. I'm the owner of the Little Yarn Shop in downtown Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC Marketplace. In addition to me apologizing for the fact that I'm a little bit hoarse, I may also look a little more red than normal. Hi, Diane. I haven't chatted with you in a while. Hi, Yolanda. We're going to Florida, and I really didn't want to burn when I was down there. So Rod and I decided we were going to try and get in a couple sessions at the Tanner before we go. And so I guess my option was to burn now instead of burning in a couple weeks from now. So that's why I'm a little bit shiny too, but that's why I'm so red. Okay, every Monday, that's who I am. Well, let's get right into it. You may recognize we called it since the beginning, the Not a Poncho that I'm wearing. It's called the All Points South. Melissa put on there what she's working on. Put in the comments too what you're working on right now. I know a lot of people are working on their La Mandiola from the Knit Along. A couple weeks ago, I wore this guy, which is Magical Thinking. Same designer, same basic shape. So it's an over the head cowl. Starts at the neck. Has one long point. I love these things. I said that before about the other one. This one, both are, they take 3 skeins of fingering weight yarn. And I'm looking off to the side here because I have a couple skeins of the March Club color left that aren't spoken for. And even if you pre-ordered one, I've got those set aside. So I have 2 additional skeins. And I think they would be great in either one of these patterns, the All Points South or the Magical Thinking. But this is March. The Dreaming Color March Club color. Look at that purple in there. The greens. There are little splashes of blue. And I think this is coming across pretty accurate in color. I played around a bit more. It's always a little off last week. They're $34.99. I do still have coming up April and May. Melissa posted the link to purchase online on the website. If you pre-order April or May, you save a little bit. They're $31.99. So I have 2 of these beauties left, and the pattern that Dreaming Color has paired with this is called, looks like polyphony, but I'm guessing it's like polyphony, Persephone. I don't know. Well, Bev wants one and Holly wants one. I guess they're gone now. So for those of you that have one or have something similar that is a tonal like this, the pattern that they talk about, I wish they had the pictures on the project page on Ravelry, but I printed some out. So they have the variegated, and then they recommend these 2 solids or tonals with it. So Black Pearl is one of our more popular colorways from Dreaming Color. It's really, really dark gray, but you can see it still has little tonal bits in there. And this is a color I've not gotten before. It's called Tiny Blue. So at first glance, it looks gray, but it's more of a blue gray, different from rabbit ears. So they recommend those 3 together, which would be gorgeous in something like this. I have a couple, looks like I have 3 skeins left of the Tiny Blue. Look at the variation in there, just along the top. It's so pretty. They're pale, kind of, I don't even think you could call them pastels. They're not really pastels, but their pale colors are just so gorgeous. Again, these are also $34.99. They're all Dreaming Color Smooshy with Cashmere, which is 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, 10% nylon. 4 ounces, 400 yards. So fingering or sock weight yarn. Holly, okay, I'll set those aside for you too. I have 3 of last month's 2 that are hanging out here. They look so springy and Eastery to me. So this is February's club color. We got those 3 left. And of course, they try and make them so they coordinate. Well, some of those same colors. It's just getting everybody in the mood for spring. It might have been the last of the Black Pearl I have. It looks like I only had 2 Black Pearls, so I'll set those aside for whoever it was that said they wanted them, Holly and Diane. So this polyphony pattern would be a really great one as well if you had 3 skeins of sock yarn in your stash that you would, if you're trying to find something different to do. If you buy one of the March club colors, make sure you get a discount code from me for this pattern. They offer it at 40% off. That means you have to purchase it on your own. I can't purchase it for you through the shop and get you that discount. But I need to make sure that I'm trying to make sure that everybody who gets one of the March colors gets that discount code. And there actually should be one for every month. So if I didn't get a discount code to you for February, and you want that pattern, that was the Nest and Burrow. I know some of you have the pattern already, but if you got February's club color and did not get the Nest and Burrow pattern or the discount code, let me know and I'll make sure that's taken care of. So that's what I'm wearing. What I'm working on. You guys, I love crochet. I love granny squares. I love that they're coming back. Last week I showed my big whale that I finished. Since then, I've been working on the elephant. And some of you know if you've been in the shop, I was really not here at all last week. Karen was holding down the fort for me. I came in half a day on Wednesday and she kicked me out and sent me home. I did go to the doctor, made sure it was nothing serious, not strep or anything like that, which my body tends to like to do. So I had some downtime and I got almost all of my elephant done. It's missing a head. Would be this stuff. Isn't it cool? Obviously, it's not stuffed yet. I mean, he's going to be huge, or she. I have not a whole lot left. I only think I have 3 or 2 squares and an octagon left to do. I'm trying to find a good picture of it. As with, they're different designers. The whale I did last week and this elephant, but a similar concept in that they're really good about telling you what section you're working on and identifying it so you can visually see what's going on. I know a lot of crocheters are much more visual than they are following line by line on things. So this is what I have spent the last week working on. Clearly it didn't get done in time for the baby shower on Saturday, which I didn't get to go to anyway. But they will find their way to the baby's nursery very soon. And that's the only thing I've been working on. That has taken up all of my time. It's funny, I was telling Melissa before I started, typically I default to crochet projects if I need something like really quick. This is not a really quick crochet project because it is lots of little bits. One of the things I do like about crochet is that you can hide different than the honeycomb blanket. Different baby, yes, different baby. In crochet, you can bury your ends as you're crocheting. Knitting, it's not so easy to do that. So that's one of the benefits of crochet, especially when you're doing essentially a bunch of granny squares in a lot of different colors. And let me tell you, it's hard to kind of figure out which little pieces to put next to each other so they're not 2 identical pieces next to each other. I think I ended up with a few little, everything underneath is light, but that's okay. It's the belly of an elephant, so it's all right. Oh, I do have my hat here. My simple as hat. This little guy that I'm working on the adult version of. This is just my while I'm chatting with you, keep my hands busy project. Like Sudoku, yes. Oh, I was just trying to explain to Aunt Patty, who comes in. She had a friend send her a Sudoku book, and I was trying to explain to her how it works. It's been a while. I think it's been quite a few years since I've done Sudoku, but I like some puzzles, and it's definitely kind of a puzzle. Shar, on your second one. Shar, what you're on your second what? Baby blanket. So what else is going on? Upcoming, I am slowly also working on the sweater for the upcoming knit along that Casapinka is going to host. I'm not quite, oh, your second half. Yes. I'm not quite sure when that's going to happen. She did say mid-March, and for those of you that said you would be interested in taking knitting the sweater as kind of a first sweater, I think Bev, you were somebody who mentioned it, and I don't remember who the other person was, maybe Holly. I would not classify it as an ideal first sweater. It is one, it's not overly complicated, but there are lots, it's kind of like a sampler, stitch sampler. So there's a lot of different stuff going on. For people that have done different types of projects, it would be fine. I just don't know that I would call it a great first sweater. You don't have like the raglan increases to keep track of, that sort of thing. She has you doing yoked increases, which does tend to make things a little bit easier. And I haven't really seen Casapinka. Let me take a drink. I'm sorry, you guys. I hope coughing isn't too loud in your ears, or in your house if you have me up on a big screen. I haven't seen Casapinka really put anything out on social media or even in her customer emails talking about the sweater, so it may get pushed back a little bit. But I am just kind of knitting away on the body of that, which is probably what I should be working on instead of this hat, but that's neither here nor there. That's upcoming. I've also brought in a couple potential new yarns. Some of you who did see me last Wednesday here, when I was here for a half a day, I was really trying to make myself get through all of the packages that showed up. Cheap version. Oh, good. Hi, Aunt Jackie. Oh, she does have info about it. Okay, March 19th, the panic sweater will be released. So there we go. I better get working on mine. But when there's a company that I work with and they have a new yarn line, I like to just kind of order a sweater's quantity or a shirt's quantity of it to play around with it and see what I like. Lisa, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up online. I don't know if it's on Ravelry. Julie, is it on Ravelry? Did you see it, or was it just in an email? Let's see. She did specifically say when she sent the pattern out to shop owners that she didn't want us sharing pictures of it until there's a post on her share and show. Okay. So hopefully more details to come soon. It's not a mystery knit along. So I can hopefully before then she'll get out to yarn stores sweater quantities, yarn quantities, that sort of thing. I can tell you, I could show you the body because there's no patterning in the body. I'm just knitting away on it. Ooh, there's me. I'm using Plymouth Sea Isle cotton. Oh man, you guys. I really, really, really like this yarn. I may have talked about it when I first started knitting this and really not shown it much, but it's 50% merino, 50% organic cotton, and it's that chain construction that makes a really lightweight material. I had a sweater knit up in this, and it's no longer in the store, so I can't wait to have another. So that was the only little close peek. Let's see, Julie, Sharon shows panic sweater yarn amounts. Oversized pullover, top down, short sleeve, optional, seamless. Oh, good. Julie, you rock. That's a lot of info. Um, so I will make sure that I pull that and have references for that. It is, maybe that's the other reason she says it's a good beginner sweater is because it is meant to be oversized, so you don't have to worry too much about the ease or making sure it fits well, I guess. DK weight yarn. Yes, excellent. Dates for April beginning. Denise, are you asking about our beginning knit class? The next, the one that we've got starting, I think next week is full. I have not put the one after that out there yet. If that's what you're asking about. What other knitty things do I have here to talk about? I have notions. Well, yeah, I guess you would call it notions. Some pretty, pretty things. Um, some more necessary than others, I guess. I finally was able to start going through the box that I got last week. When I was doing my live and I kind of looked at the box and I think I pulled out that green yarn, but that was all I showed. Oh yeah, dates. Well, why not talk about dates while we're here? So yes, April 30th. Melissa just posted in the comments. April 30th is local yarn store day, local yarn shop day. I mean, they call it LYS day, so it's pretty much made for me, for us. I'm still working on exactly what types of things I'm going to have going on in the shop that day, and I will try and make sure that what can be available online is available online. There might be some enamel pins. There might be some special yarn. Still playing around with it. In my mind, April was like 4 months away. Clearly, that's not the case. I need I need an event manager or personal manager. What other dates did I have on here? I think that was it. Mother's Day is in May, but a lot of you had seen that Knitter's Pride posted about a beautiful purple set of needles. I don't have any official images even from my Notions rep. I actually asked her about it before she had heard anything about it. But Knitter's Pride is calling this their J'adore set. I am taking pre-orders. I have a bunch of kits. Well, some kits on order. So as soon as they get into the Notions distributor, they will be on their way to me. I am taking names down for those of you who say you want one reserved. So this is what they look like. I was trying to do this before to see if it would kind of focus in on it. Come on. Oh, no, it won't. Of course not. Come on. Well, it worked earlier. Of course, now it's not going to. Well, we'll have to post again. Chowgu is doing 360 swivels also, I see. Huh, Julie, that's interesting in their metal, because I know they do it in their spins, but those are plastic cords. So sizes, they're 5-inch tips. They are wood and they are square and they are purple. It's really, really deep purple. So they call it the J'adore set. It comes in a velvety zipper bag. It comes with cords for, I think, 24, 32, and 40. It comes with the little heart stitch markers, the heart measured stitch markers they had before. Sizes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. They will run $105.99 a set. And again, just like a lot of their other sets, they are a limited edition thing. Why do I say Mother's Day? That's what they put out there, was that it would be a great Mother's Day gift, but I think we can buy ourselves a Mother's Day gift anytime. We're moms all the time. If you're not a mom, you deserve one anyway. Ooh. So I love it. All the notions people are coming out with new things. So that's not in this box that I have here, but they are reserved and hopefully on their way to me soon. But what I do have in this box, some of you may have seen that Lantern Moon has resurfaced. They were a Needles and Notions producer a few years back. They have been purchased, or now it's being relaunched through Knitter's Pride, but as a whole separate line. I'm not bringing in any of their needles. I can put orders in for things if there's something that you see online or something that you want to try. I can always order it for you. But it feels a little redundant with what I have already. But as far as fun little tools, they have a couple different items. Well, they have a lot of different items. I ordered a few. The first, and they all have this really pretty, like satiny blue and burgundy print on them. This first one they call their Knit Aid case. It's a zipper case. It's essentially a Notions case, but it's got a little pouch here for you to tuck scissors, things like that. Little pouches on this side for like your little fix-it needles or tapestry needles. They show, yeah, or needle gauge. So these are $14.99. I got a couple of those in stock. With a lot of stuff, I tend to not order a ton the first time just so I can play around with it, make sure it's something that customers are going to like before I bring in a ton of things. But so if you're interested, I can get more. And everything comes in these really pretty little mesh bags. I almost said felted. So that's the Knit Aid case. Then they have a fixed needle case and an interchangeable needle case. So here is, and they both zip, which is nice, keeps everything in place. So they're interchangeable needle case. One of the nice things about it versus like, for those of you that have hayas, you either get a flap or a roll, and sometimes things go all over the place. The way this is designed with the flaps, they're a small enough section that it'll keep things pretty contained. Lots of places for your cords, places for your needles, more cords, whatever other little things, little trinkets you might need. And it zips to keep everything in place. So that's the interchangeable one, $21.99. The fixed needle case is a little bit bigger. I think this one could be used as an interchangeable case too, especially if you have a lot of cords. Or if you if you have cords from multiple vendors or multiple different needle manufacturers, I guess, like you could put all your Knitter's Pride cords on one side and your Chowgu cords on another side if you wanted. It's got two little pockets down at the bottom, but lots of space for your fixed circular needles. Those are $25.99. The last thing I got is kind of a cool thing, and it comes in this little, it comes in a pouch like this, and it's called a knit out box. And maybe this is something they had before and I didn't know it, but it's really cool. So it comes all folded up like this. But what it ends up looking like is this. Look at how cute that is. Looks like a little cat or a little mouse thing. So it's a yarn holder essentially. It's got handles on the top and the bottom. But it is a box in a box essentially. So you've got your inner box. Both the fabric on the inside and the outside are this satiny. Do they have other colors? Not that I know of, Melissa. I think this is the only color they have at this point. So I have a couple of these in stock, but I can order more as well. So they're $31.99, and they all it actually took Karen and I were trying to figure out how to work these the day that I got them, and Victoria was the one that finally figured out how it went. But because the handle has these two little toggles on the side, keeps everything in place. Oh, but with it being satiny on the inside and the outside, your yarn isn't going to pill or kind of get fuzzy as it's spinning around inside. That satiny yarn or that satiny fabric will keep things nice and smooth. So, oh, I forgot these little guys too. Yes, it's like origami. These may look familiar to some of you. This is something that Lantern Moon had before. They're little sheepy tape measures. They're so fuzzy. And they have the black and the white one. Look at how cute they are. Who doesn't need these in their life? I believe they're 60-inch tape measures. Well, they're at least 56. They're $14.99. They also come in cute little pouches. And they're retractable. Let me make sure I put them away in the right thing. As always, with anything I talk about, if there's something that you want, make sure you put it in the comments and let us know if you want to pick things up or have me ship them out to you. And I'm happy to do so. If you're not comfortable putting it in the comments, you can always message the shop through Facebook. Just remember you have something to pick up at the shop. I feel like I really haven't been here in a week, so I should take some time tomorrow and come in and just kind of reacquaint myself just in time to be gone. Julie, yep, I got you on the list. I'm sure Melissa's got that down. Also, since I have been kind of on a crochet kick, I saw that, I don't know how they pronounce it, Prime, Prym. They have these ergonomic crochet hooks. So I got a couple sets. This is the smaller set and the larger set. They are plastic, but they've got a really nice, like grippy handle on them. Optimized hook easily catches yarn and glides effortlessly through stitches. Smooth handle reduces fatigue with a comfortable shape and grip. So each set is $31.99. The smaller set comes in US terms, an E, a G, a 7, an H, and a J, which seems like not really in any sort of order, but it's in the millimeters. It's 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, and 6 millimeter needle or hooks. So that's the smaller set. The larger set is 7, L, M, N, and O, which would be 8, 9, 10, and 12 millimeter hooks. And they're pretty. I only am able to get the sets right now. I ordered individual hooks to be able to try them out, and I can't get them. They're out of stock. But the sets they had, and I think those are pretty neat. Let's see, we talked about that. We talked about that. I think the only thing I haven't talked about is local stuff, local shops, what Victoria and I have been up to. So yesterday we went for coffee. I posted a picture that we were in Frankenmuth. We went to the Frankenmuth Coffee House or Cafe House. That one's at the north end of town. We wished we had a little bit more time as she is still has dance on Sundays. So we were kind of limited, but it's right across from those Nature People's Frankenmuth. That's their main location. And we kind of wanted to pop in there and say hi, but we didn't get a chance to do that. It seems like everything in our life right now revolves around dance. It is really handy that Victoria has her license and can drive herself places now. It's crazy to think it's been over a year since I started these lives, I think, or it's been close to a year. I know Karen looked at that. Maybe it's April that I started them. I started them when she had dance on Monday nights, and I had this block of time that I didn't know what to do with, and decided I wanted to talk to all of you. And I love what it's become, but I also love now that I have a little bit more freedom. Those of you who I am personal friends with on Facebook may have seen this, but in July, Victoria's competitive dance team is going to, I was going to say the Poconos, but that's where it was supposed to be 2 years ago. Hershey, Pennsylvania. And I may have put the wrong thing when I posted. She's going to Hershey, Pennsylvania, the week of the 4th of July for a national competition. And if any of you have had kids or nieces, nephews in any sort of competitive sport, whether it's hockey or soccer or dance or gymnastics, you know that there are a lot of costs involved between the travel, finding a place to stay, and all the costumes. So there's absolutely no pressure, but I did want to mention that I am selling raffle tickets for a fundraiser. This is probably one of my favorite fundraisers that we do for dance. The raffle is for either a Yeti cooler, soft-sided cooler full of a bunch of stuff, booze, snacks, lotto tickets. And so there are two prizes. That's the first prize. The second prize is one of those collapsible Ozark Trail wagons full of stuff. That one's got a small cooler in there, camping blanket, more alcohol, more snacks, more lotto tickets. So I will be posting something in the shop and maybe something on the shop page to just ask if anybody feels compelled to donate toward it. It's always much appreciated. Obviously, it's not. I'm not. I can't make it mandatory. I don't want to make it mandatory. I don't want to pressure anybody into it. But the reason it's my favorite fundraiser is that a bunch of the dance moms get together. We pool our money to buy the prizes, but then 100% of the ticket sales go directly to Victoria's dance fund, or other moms, it goes to theirs. But whatever we sell, the tickets are $5 each or 5 for 20. And obviously I'm not running that through the shop sales. That's something I'm kind of doing on the side. But all of that money goes directly to her. And it's fantastic. I get so overwhelmed with Little Caesars pizza and the cookie dough and the cheesecakes and the cookies, where they get just a small portion. And yeah, this, you're getting a chance into a raffle, but it's a really cool raffle. So let me know if that's something that you would be interested in helping us out with too. That's what my life consists of. for the most part. Dance and you guys and the shop, which I love. So I did mention briefly at the beginning, but I wanted to mention it here at the end. The end of this month, I will be gone for a couple weeks. Karen will be shop sitting for me. Victoria and I are headed to Chicago for a couple days. And so I will miss Monday, the 21st. Then we actually, because I'm not very good at planning things, Victoria and I have to fly from Chicago to Florida to meet up with my husband because we can't get back in time for our flight. So then we'll be in Florida for 2 weeks, and I may miss the following two. So it would be the 28th and then the April 4th, I think. I may or may not have lives those 3. I know for sure I won't when I'm in Chicago because it's a high school trip. So we're going to be a little busy trying to cram in all the things in 3 days. They're doing like the zoo and the science museum and the aquarium and something else. And we're going to see a play. And of course, shopping because it's Chicago. So I know for sure I won't be doing a live that day. I'm hoping when I'm down in Florida, I will be able to do at least one of the 2 Mondays, but I'll make sure I create an event and let everybody know. As I have mentioned in the past, it helps me to get the word out, and it helps you to remember if you go into the event page for each week and click on it that you're interested or that you're going. That helps Facebook show the event to more people. And it also will then send you a little reminder to let you know when I'm going live so you can join me. Exciting. Yeah. It's a lot going on. Well, I think I've probably about talked myself out. I haven't talked myself out of anything, but I've done about all I can do for talking. I'm hoping next week I'll have a finished elephant to show everybody and maybe even more finished things to show off. We'll see. We'll see how the week goes. But I thank everybody for hanging out with me and chatting right along with me. I do miss everybody when I miss a Monday and when I'm not in the shop. Thanks, Mom. So I hope everybody has a good week. If I don't see you in the shop sometime this week, I will see you all here next Monday. So have a great week, be creative, and have fun. I'll see you soon. Bye.